On July 15, 2026, Atlanta hosts a historic collision. We have England, led by Harry Kane, matching up against the reigning world champions, Argentina. England is attempting to break a 60-year championship drought dating back to 1966. Argentina is aiming to reach their third World Cup final in the last 4 tournaments. But if you are trying to predict who actually survives this matchup, you run into an immediate problem. The primary predictive markets are completely split on who will advance. This comparison matrix lays out the divide. On the left, sportsbooks have England as a -135 favorite, a 57% probability to win. On the right, AI models favor Argentina with a 53% probability, pointing to a +222 moneyline. We are going to decode the tactical setups, physical wear and tear, and statistical inputs separating these two teams to see which side actually holds the true edge. The divergence between the bookmakers and the machines suggests a match where structural advantages are fighting against severe physical exhaustion. Let's start with Argentina's tactical blueprint under manager Lionel Scaloni. He's been deploying a very narrow 4-1-3-2 or 4-4-2 formation throughout the tournament. This structure prioritizes central combinations and territorial control rather than using natural width. This flowchart tracks Argentina's attacking phases, and it reveals exactly why they play this way. By forcing the ball through the center, they draw the opposing defensive line inward, creating a congested primary playmaking zone for Lionel Messi. The trade-off is that by narrowing their shape so drastically, Argentina leaves massive gaps on the outside, making them vulnerable to quick vertical transitions. That fits into Thomas Tuchel's pragmatic approach for England. He relies on a disciplined 4-2-3-1. Tuchel uses a peg-bubble pivot in the midfield to shield his defensive line and quickly launch direct counterattacks. When England wins the ball, they target wide spaces left open, sending wingers like Saka and Gordon sprinting into green space behind the defense. Oddsmakers are favoring England largely because they've already proven this strategy against high-quality, organized opponents like Mexico and Norway. AI models, however, are prioritizing Argentina's clinical box conversion and tournament-high 21 chances created. England's counter to that central efficiency is Jude Bellingham. He arrives late into the box to finish off wide crosses provided by Saka and Gordon. England must manage these transitions while dealing with a suspension crisis on their backline, as center-back Jarell Quansah is out following a red card. The match becomes a race. Argentina needs to convert through central combinations before England utilizes their pace to punish those vacated wide areas. But tactics only work if a team has the legs to execute them. In World Cup semifinals, physical endurance is the invisible variable that often decides the outcome. This data visualization shows the physical degradation slope. It calculates how a squad's physical output drops based on cumulative extra time minutes played and the number of recovery days between matches. The exhaustion gap here is massive. Argentina has played 240 minutes of high-intensity knockout football over the last 10 days. England has only played 120. Looking at the cumulative minutes, Argentina is mathematically expected to suffer a severe physical drop-off as they hit the final 30 minutes of regulation. England has their own physical risks to manage. Midfielder Declan Rice is fighting through a viral illness and lingering neural back pain. If Rice's illness forces him off the pitch early, it neutralizes the physical advantage England holds in the central pivot area. Fortunately for Tuchel, Reece James has returned, giving England a fresh defensive option to lock down the flank against late Argentine adjustments. England can also utilize impact substitutes, bringing on players like Cole Palmer to exploit the spaces a tiring Argentine defense will inevitably leave open. This fatigue profile is the market's core case for England, betting that fresh legs will force a late 2-1 victory against a depleted defense. The entire game hinges on this trade-off. Argentina has the technical quality to dominate the first 60 minutes, but England has the metabolic freshness to take over the last 60. Knowing that both teams are nursing extreme fatigue changes how we translate this matchup into the betting markets. This quadrant chart maps out the available betting props. Up in the high probability corner, we find the under 2.5 goals market. At -160, the payout isn't massive, but with both rosters coming off draining extra-time quarterfinals, it aligns with the tactical caution we see historically in World Cup semifinals. Down in the moderate probability, high payout quadrant, The Jude Bellingham anytime goal scorer prop offers value at plus 335. He is exactly the type of late-arriving runner who thrives against tired legs. Compare that to Lionel Messi scoring anytime. At plus 150, models suggest that Line is overpriced due to name recognition, rather than his structural probability in this specific matchup. The smartest structural plays for this match ignore the headline narratives and capitalize on the physical fatigue that both rosters are attempting to hide. Deciding where to invest comes down to your analytical preference: Argentina's clinical efficiency through the center versus England's wide pace and physical longevity. For the pragmatist, you back England to advance at minus 135. You are trusting their fresh legs and tactical resilience. For the value hunter, you follow the AI model. Taking Argentina at plus 222 on the money line provides a high return on the most efficient attacking team in the tournament. The swing factor is the return of Reece James. His ability to solidify the right side of the defense might tilt the math back in England's favor. You also must factor in the psychological pressure. England hasn't reached a World Cup final in 60 years, adding friction to the tactical data. Taking the under 2.5 goals remains the safest structural play, acknowledging the cumulative toll of back-to-back 120-minute matches. The answer will play out on Wednesday, July 15th, at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Whether you trust the market or the machine, the result hinges on a slope of physical degradation that neither team can escape.